A Utah powerhouse, 17-time state champion, but the Jim and Rich has room for an 18th banner.
Dug up by the Eagles. Lyman sets it up for Hansen. Blocked. Touched over. They're going to call it a double hit.
A school with a long tradition and legacy. A tradition and legacy of excellence, success, and, of course, championships.
Walker with the service. Stacy receives. Good pass. Cornea doesn't have to move. Wallenstein's hit. Deflected to the floor. It dropped into the donut hole. Bryce Hansen.
Rebel Volleyball is brought to you by Evanston Regional Hospital, Hoover Chiropractic, Cash Honda Yamaha in Cache Valley, the Come On in Casper, Plains Tire, the Best Western Dunmar Inn and Legal Tender, Freeway Tire, Auto Farm Chevrolet, Bear Lake Convention and Visitors Bureau.
A quick back set to Staple. Back corner. Kendall finds the spot.
This is Rich Rebel Volleyball. Rebel fans, get comfortable, strap it down, and enjoy another broadcast of Rich Volleyball. We head down to the court to join the voice of the Rich Rebels, Matthew Peterson.
Good afternoon, Rebel fans, and welcome to Rich High for today's matchup between the Rich Rebels and the Intermountain Christian School Lions. A 2 p.m. start was scheduled, but with the JV game running a little bit behind schedule, that 2 p.m. may be pushed closer to a 2:05, 2:10, somewhere in that neighborhood start. Happy you're joining us here on what's turning out to be a bit of a chilly Saturday afternoon in Northeast Utah, but nevertheless, we're inside the gym here at Cindy Stewart Gymnasium and thrilled you're with us. So we've got a lot going on here in our Town of Randolph pregame show. We'll have our scene set, the coaches show as always, our pregame slice, and the starting lineups. So a lot going on here before that 2:05 rough start between the ICS Lions and the Rich Rebels. So keep it right here at Rebel Radio 98.3 FM K80Q and mylocalradio.com.
Randolph, Utah is a town of extremes. At an elevation of almost 6,300 feet and with temperatures over 90 in the summer and often 40 below in the winter, the folks who call Randolph home have to be a hardy crew. Maybe that's one reason the simple things in life mean so much to Rich County. Residents value hard work, education, respect, a love for God, family, and country, and being a good neighbor. Mayor Lynn Weston and the town board proudly support the Rich Rebels and hope you'll be able to visit soon and come back often.
Welcome back to Rich High. Today's matchup against the ICS Lions, and let's now get into our scene set for today. If you're listening on K80Q 98.3, allow me to be your coloring box and paint a picture in your mind. So the Rebels are going to be in their black uniforms per usual with black bottoms, and as for the Lions, they don't stray far away either. They have black tops with a bit of a dark maroon burgundy. Rob, does that sound right to you right now? So very similar uniforms for either side right now, and we're in our scene set here. So let's talk about what the two sides have been up to. The Rebels are going to enter with a 7-4 overall record. They've had some matchups that have not counted for that varsity record against Mount Vernon and the USDB school. So a bit of a hairy record for them right now, but they are coming off an official loss against Lyman last Saturday, 3-0. And really the Rebels never came out ready to play. It was bad from the get-go. They never once led in the game. They were only tied when the score was 0-0. After that, it was all ICS. After that, it was all. As I fix my levels here, it was all Lyman. As for the Lions, they're 10-2 on this season. They just beat up Manila, and they are rolling. They played the Rebels earlier this week. We'll talk about that after this quick break we have here in our Town of Randolph pregame show. Happy you're with us. We'll get close to a 2:05 start roughly, And then it's Rebels and Lions duking it out on the hardwood. So keep it right here at Rebel Radio 98.3 FM KADQ.
America keeps moving, and Auto Farm Chevrolet is here to help you keep rolling. Whether you need a brand new vehicle or service on one you already own, Auto Farm Chevrolet is here to lend a helping hand. Our certified mechanics are knowledgeable, and our sales team takes the time to get to know you and what your needs are. Stop in today, Auto Farm Chevrolet, 624 Front Street, Evanston. Evanston's community-driven dealer.
Welcome back into our Town of Randolph pregame show. Rebels and Lions getting going in a little bit. Getting some word from the referee right now, but I have no idea what he wants from me. But let's continue on our scene set. So last week, it was last Friday, the day of the Rebel football victory. The ladies went down to Salt Lake as well, and they lost to ICS. They lost in 4 sets, 3-1. And you look a year ago in the record books, and the two sides split the series, the home team winning each side. And that's something Coach Lamborn talked a lot about in our interview with her, which we'll get into in our Stacy's Repair Coaches show. It came down to the Rebels just not feeling comfortable in that gym, and that sometimes happens for these teams. An odd look or a unique look, and they're just not ready for it. So we'll continue on here, and when we return, we'll have our Stacy's Repair Coaches show.
Whatever takes you to Evanston, whether it's high school sports, a teaching conference, music festivals, speech and debate, or your job, always book your hotel reservations at the Best Western Dunmar Inn. With 165 ground-level rooms on 10 acres, the Best Western offers everything you need, including newly renovated rooms, a business office, workout room, outdoor pool, and full-service restaurant, plus complimentary breakfast with every stay. Whenever you're in Evanston, make your hotel reservations with your friends at the Best Western Dunmar Inn.
We take your fun very seriously. That's why we put so much emphasis on training and experience with our mechanics at Cash Honda Yamaha. Whether you're getting it ready for an upcoming season, putting it away for the winter, having routine maintenance, or have a mechanical problem, we want to make sure that when you're ready to have fun with it, it's ready for you. Don't trust your fun to just anyone. Make sure you bring all your service work to Cash Honda Yamaha in Cache Valley.
My name is Dr. Micah Pullins. I'm an orthopedic surgeon at Evanston Regional Hospital. Orthopedic surgery is the practice of medicine centered around bones and joints. It's all about movement and activity and getting that to be less painful. Watching a patient with a specific problem, whether that's pain or decreased range of motion, and being able to treat them, by far the best part of my job.
The best place to stay when you're in Casper, Wyoming is the Come On In Hotel and Suites. This beautiful log hotel offers 5 hot tubs, 1 pool, a fitness center, and fabulous indoor atrium. Offering jacuzzi and fireplace suites, the guest rooms are comfortable and relaxing. Plus, every stay includes a delicious extended continental breakfast. Whenever you're in Casper, stay at the best place. Come On In Hotel and Suites. Come on in today. Come On In Hotel and Suites, Casper.
You rely on your vehicle every day. Make sure your ride gets the best service, repairs, and maintenance possible. Stacy's Repair in Woodruff provides the highest quality, the latest technology, and the newest equipment to give your vehicle the absolute best auto care available. Family owned and operated since 1992, your friends at Stacy's Repair promise to always deliver value and outstanding, honest, and knowledgeable service, regardless of repair size or difficulty. Stacy's Repair, the ones who truly care.
This presentation of Rich High School Athletics on MyLocalRadio.com is brought to you by these Rebel Sports Boosters, the Wilson Ranch in Randolph. Good luck, Rebels, from Dale, Kim, Kyler, and Casey. Remember, the harder you work, the more good luck you'll have. And by Argyle Ranch Saddle and Boot, Feed and Supply, a custom shop specializing in leather and wood goods, with a farm feed and supply store to boot. Proudly supporting the Rich Rebels, the Argyle Ranch Saddle and Boot, Feed and Supply Store.
Welcome back to Rich High for today's matchup between the ICS Lions and your Rich Rebels. We are roughly, I'm going to call it 13 minutes away from our first serve, somewhere in that neighborhood. So you got plenty of time to stick around here in the Town of Randolph pregame show. And now we're going to move into our next portion, which is our Stacy's Repair Coaches Show. Stacy's Repair out in Woodruff. Take it to the ones who truly care. That's Stacy's Repair. As we get ready for our coaches show, which will be including the head coach for the ICS Lions, Lorenzo Gasper, and of course Wendy Lamborn for the Rich Rebels. So all that's going on here as we get closer to our first serve between the two sides today. Rich looking to get revenge against the ICS Lions, who beat them 3-1 just 8 days ago. So all that's coming up here. You won't want to miss it. Don't go far, Rebel fans. We got more going on in our Town of Randolph pregame show.
This presentation of Rich High School Athletics is also brought to you in part by Freeway Tire. With a friendly and knowledgeable staff, quick and dependable service, and great prices come together. Call Freeway Tire at 307-789-8632. And by Hoover Chiropractic. Dr. Todd Hoover does all of the chiropractic work you need, as well as blood work, dietary supplements, a weight loss program, x-rays, and can help you get rid of migraines and allergies. Call Hoover Chiropractic at 307-789-0043.
I now welcome you into our Stacy's Repair Coaches Show. I'm with Intermountain Christian School volleyball coach Lorenzo Gasper. Coach, thank you for taking the time to speak with me today. Let's get started with talking about your side as your team looks to go 2-0 against Rich against them today. What can you guys take away with the win last time that you want to apply to the matchup today?
I want to just have our team not make as much mistakes as we did the first game. Even though we came out the winner, I felt we played a little unorthodox in our system.
And you guys were able to come away with the win. What's it like when you go up against a team a second time?
The atmosphere is amazing. I know it's a kind of rival schools between us and Rich, and being my first year here, it was such a sight to see that, you know, even our school is small, but it had a lot of energy and a lot of competition between us and Rich, and I love that game completely.
Having it be your first year with ICS, what's the adjustment been like for yourself and the players to a new coaching staff?
It was good. I love the transition coming from a bigger school, which I was formerly the Granger High School volleyball head coach, and coming into a smaller school, I felt it was a little better, personable, you know, with my AD and just my new staff and the players. I've got to know them and the parents as well, and it's been a really good journey since my hire.
Let's talk about the players a little bit. Who are some of your key players?
Number 8, Rachel Jensen. She's a pretty all-around player. She's one of our team captains, and she's a junior, and she's a pretty consistent player both offensively and defensively. Gabby Renault, number 1, she's my outside hitter. She's been our kind of go-to girl. She leads our team in kills. Morgan Zamberg, she's number 9. She just came off a ACL tear injury, and she's been back for the last less than a month, and she's been a boost for our offense as well as defense as well.
I'm here with Coach Gasper of Intermountain Christian School on the Stacy's Repair Coaches Show. Coach, one final question, and then I'll just get back to preparing for the matchup against the Rebels. Based on what you saw against Rich last time, what are you expecting to see their side in round 2?
I'm expecting a really good game. Coach Lamborn, she prepares really great, and their offense is really fast. You know, faster than some of the teams that we have faced this year. We have faced a couple big teams, you know, between Viewmont and Jordan, which are 5A, 6A schools. So it was really good to prepare ourselves for Rich by playing those games. But Yeah, Coach Lamborn, she's an amazing coach, and I'm truly, honored to even have that competition with her.
Well, it's very nice of you to say, Coach, and we really appreciate the time you've given us today.
Thank you very much.
That's Coach Gaston for the Intermountain Christian School Lions on the Stacy's Repair Coaches Show.
Two roads diverged in a wood, and I had just purchased new tires at Plains Tire in Evanston. The trained tire technicians at Plains Tire expertly mounted, balanced, and aligned my new tires, so I was feeling good. While I was there, they changed my oil, checked my brakes, fixed my AC, and made sure my shocks were in tip-top shape. And with their lifetime alignment checks and tire rotations, I was ready to roll. So, thanks to Plains Tire, when two roads diverged in a wood, I took the one less traveled. Plains Tire, 157 Bear River Drive, Evanston.
Folks have many reasons to visit Casper, Wyoming every year, whether it's work, high school sports and activity, a romantic getaway, or business meetings. The best place to stay when you're in Casper is the Come On In Hotel and Suites. A beautiful log hotel offers 5 hot tubs, a pool, fitness center, and a fabulous indoor atrium. You can also reserve meeting rooms for your next event, and each stay includes an extended continental breakfast. Reserve your rooms today at the Come On In Hotel and Suites in Casper, Wyoming. Call 307-472-6300.
Welcome into the Stacy's Repair Coaches Show. I'm with the Rich Rebel head coach, Wendy Lamborn. Coach, let's begin things by talking about some new faces. So you've had to shuffle around your starting lineup a little bit, but JC Corney is back in there today. What's your reaction and your emotions when you get JC back on the court?
I'm excited for JC. I think it's been a long couple days for her, couple games for her. I'm super excited to have her back. I think that more than just missing her, setting, we've missed her leadership that she brings as a senior.
Coach, you guys are going up against the Lions for the second time this year. What's it like when you go up against a team and you drop the first matchup?
We're excited to play the Lions again today. I don't know what it is about their gym that throws us off or something. I don't know. But I think we're ready. We've had a really good week of practice, so I think we're ready for the Lions today.
Coach, we are past the halfway point of the season now, so what's the biggest improvement you've seen from your team from back in August to today?
We're playing pretty well as a team. We've had a few setbacks with these last couple of weeks, but as a team, we're playing really well. We're doing better at our serves. I'm hoping to improve that again today. And our blocking, I think our blocking's been good. Our passing, still would like it to be better, but it'll come.
Coach, last Saturday, a tough go-around against the Lyman Eagles on the road. Was that just you guys didn't seem to come out ready to play and fell behind too early? What was your takeaway from that loss?
We got home really late from the ICS game, and we're back up and early the next morning. And I think we weren't quite over our loss to ICS and just let it carry through. Definitely was not our best game at all. Hope I never see another one like that the rest of the year.
Offensively, you guys struggle to get into a rhythm and pick up, points in concession. What's the plan today to generate some offense?
I think the girls are ready today. They know what's laying on the line for them today. I'm just going to trust in them. I think they're ready to go.
That's head coach Wendy Lamborn here on our Stacy's Repair Coaches Show. Take it to the ones who truly care. Coach, thank you for the time.
Thank you.
Two roads diverged in a wood, and I had just purchased new tires at Plains Tire in Evanston. The trained tire technicians at Plains Tire expertly mounted, balanced, and aligned my new tires, so I was feeling good. While I was there, they changed my oil, checked my brakes, fixed my AC, and made sure my shocks were in tip-top shape. And with their lifetime alignment checks and tire rotations, I was ready to roll. So, thanks to Plains Tire, when two roads diverged in a wood, I took the one less traveled. Plains Tire, 157 Bear River Drive, Evanston.
Folks have many reasons to visit Casper, Wyoming every year, whether it's work, high school sports and activity, a romantic getaway, or business meetings. The best place to stay when you're in Casper is the Come On In Hotel and Suites. A beautiful log hotel offers 5 hot tubs, a pool, fitness center, and a fabulous indoor atrium. You can also reserve meeting rooms for your next event, and each stay includes an extended continental breakfast. Reserve your rooms today at the Come On In Hotel and Suites in Casper, Wyoming. Call 307-472-6300.
Early Oregon-bound immigrants traveled through the Bear Lake Valley. U.S. Highway 30 basically follows the Oregon Trail. Many wagon trains stopped at Thomas L. Pegleg Smith Trading Post, located near Dingle, Idaho, for supplies. One traveler wrote of camping along Cotton Line Bear River, watching grass as tall as a man wave in the wind. Today, you don't have to ride in a wagon to visit Bear Lake Valley, but the rich history is still here to enjoy. Visit bearlake.org for more information.
Randolph, Utah is a town of extremes. At an elevation of almost 6,300 feet and with temperatures over 90 in the summer and often 40 below in the winter, the folks who call Randolph home have to be a hardy crew. Maybe that's one reason the simple things in life mean so much to Rich County. Residents value hard work, education, respect, a love for God, family, and country, and being a good neighbor. Mayor Lynn Weston and the town board proudly support the Rich Rebels and hope you'll be able to visit soon and come back often.
Welcome back into our conclusion of the Town of Randolph pregame show. We now are in our Lutz Construction starting lineups. Kenna Stacy and Sage Chingy, a pair of seniors, getting the start, along with junior Annie Peart. Then it's a fellow junior Brittany Lamborn getting the starting nod. JC Cornea back out there, a great sight to see. And wrapping up will be Mackenzie Smith. And that is our Lutz Construction starting lineups. Our pregame slice is brought to you by Old Chicago Pizza in Logan. The Rebels are in their black tops with blue sleeves on the side and black bottoms. And as for the Lions, they are in black tops as well with maroon, dark maroon sleeves down the sides and black bottoms as well. And that is our Old Chicago Pizza slice. Pizzas and more built from scratch, one delicious fresh ingredient at a time. I'm telling you, that's some great pizza right there, and that's come from someone who knows a thing or two about good pizza. So we are ready for our starting first serve now, as we got our Let's Construction lineups done, and now it's time for some Rebel volleyball. That's why we're all here, right? So the Rebels will serve first, or is it the Lions? We're waiting for that ball to be given out to someone, but our beginning serve is always brought to you by Town & Country Realty, selling Bear Lake in Utah and Idaho. Contact Pam Cornea. Pam Cornea is the best. Her phone number is 435-779-0012. Our first set is brought to you by Auto Farm Chevrolet, Rich County's representative at Auto Farm Chevrolet. And here we go. It's Brittany Lamborn to get things going for us here in the first set. And the serve is a low serve. It's barely tapped over, but it goes out of play. So a Crawford Trough service ace to get things going, thanks to Brittany Lamborn. The Rebels lead 1-0. Lamborn in a second serve is too low. It goes into the net, a point for the Lions. And we are all even at 1 apiece. So 1-1 the score. And the service from the Lions gets across, and the Rebels handle it first. And now Stacy loads up, hits to the back corner, but there is a Lion ready to deal with it. And a shot by Gabby Renault is too deep, and the Rebels get the point. They now lead 2-1 on the station on main scoreboard. Here is Annie Peart to serve for the Rebels. Her serve is a deep serve. It initially goes to the arms of Rachel Jensen. Then the Lions hit it over, but they hit it too deep. It goes out of play and a Rebel point. They have raced out to a 3-1 advantage here in our first set. Annie Peart with her second serve. Run, jump, hit. Goes to the back right corner. It goes initially to Jensen, who sets it up, and her teammate Gabby Renault hits it into the net for a Rebel point, and now it's 4-1 Rich. Third straight serve for Annie Peart and the Rebels. Peart serves it over, goes to Jensen once again, and they set it up to the far side, and hitting is Sophia Colby, and finding a gap is Colby for a Lion point. They cut the deficit to 2. It's now 4-2 in the first set. 4-2 Rebels, but the Lions are serving. Gabby Renault, the junior, bounces the ball, and now she's ready. Hits a bit of a lollipop, goes over to Sage Tingy. Now Cornea setting. Stacy loads up, and Stacy does what she does best. She gets a kill, and the Rebels are up 5-2 now. 5-2 Rich in our Auto Farm Chevrolet first set. There's J.C. Cornea to serve. A good sight to see her back on the court after a 2-week absence. Cornea serves, goes deep, and Jensen hits it up for Zandenberg, and now Cornea setting for the Rebels. Tingy hitting, and Stacy smashing, but it goes too low into the net. The Lions take the point. It's 5-3. 5-3 Rich. Back to serve is Susanna Colby, a senior. The only senior in the starting lineup. She barely gets it over. Lamborn rushes to meet the ball. Now Cornea hits, and Stacy will ask for a tip ball, and they'll give it to her. Yep, it was tipped. So McKenna Stacy with a pair of kills early on gives the Rebels their 6 point. It's 6-3 Rich. McKenna Stacy will now serve. Run, jump, hit deep, and in for an ace. Stacy's on fire early on. She has given her side a 4-point lead. It's 7-3 Rebels. 7-3 Rebels. Stacy serves, a hard serve, but this time the Lions are ready for it. Poked across, and Rich can deal with it. Cornea bumping. Stacy from behind the 10-foot line hits. It goes off the arm of Renault and out of play for a Rebel point. Rich has raced out to an early 5-point advantage. It's 8-3, and that's enough for Coach Gasper to want to call a timeout. We'll step aside. After a T7 Propane and Woodruff timeout is called, Rebels lead 8-3.
America keeps moving, and Auto Farm Chevrolet is here to help you keep rolling. Whether you need a brand new vehicle or service on one you already own, Auto Farm Chevrolet is here to lend a helping hand. Our certified mechanics are knowledgeable, and our sales team takes the time to get to know you and what your needs are. Stop in today, Auto Farm Chevrolet, 624 Front Street, Evanston. Evanston's community-driven dealer.
We had a McKenna Stacy serve go across. Now a rally is underway, and the Lions poke it over, and they find a bit of that paint for a point. Timeout went quickly, and now it's 8-4 Rich. Lions pick up a point after the timeout, and back to serve for ICS is Sophia Colby, a freshman. Her serve goes to Stacy. Cornea setting. Tingy loading up, and Tingy just using a bit of finesse instead of power to find a patch of open defense, and now the Rebels lead 9-4. They're back up by 5. Huffaker checks out for Mackenzie Smith. See Dixie Huffaker come in and out sometimes. Smith to serve. A low serve, barely scrapes the top of the white netting, and it goes out after a Crawford Trough service ace, and the Rebels now lead by 6. It's 10-4 in our Auto Farm Chevrolet first set. Smith serving. Handling it initially is Colby. And on the near side hitting was Jensen. The Rebels get it over, but I think Tingy may have gotten too close to the net. Yep. They'll say she did, so a point for ICS. It's now 10-5 on the Station on Main scoreboard. Rich ahead. Rachel Jensen back to serve. Her service goes to Smith. Now Cornea sets. On the near side's Lamborn poking it over and able to find a hole in the defense for a Rebel point. It's 11-5 Rebels. McKee coming in the game now for the Rebels to serve. Taylor McKee's service is a good one, goes low, and it's too hard to handle initially, but the Lions recovering on the third hit. They can only knock it over. There's Smith greeting the ball. Cornea with the back set, and Annie Peart hits it hard to the floor and goes off the arm of Colby, and a Rebel kill. It's now 12-5 Rich. 12-5 Rebels in our first set against the ICS Lions. Here's TJ to serve. Her serve gets across. Lions on their third hit load up, and it hits into a wall built by Annie Peart and Brittany Lamborn for a Rebel point. It's 13-5 Rebels. McKee for her third straight serve. Low and hard serve gets across to Susanna Colby. They hit load up for Jensen, and Jensen somehow hits through the entire Rebel defense for a point. It's now 13-6 Rebels. They went on a bit of a run there. At one point it was 10-5, then it jumped out to 13-5. Back to serve is Morgan Zanderberg. And running around to get it with Smith at the last moment, and Cornea can't reach it. Hits the floor for an ace. It's now 13-7 Rebels. Zandberg to continue to serve for the ICS Lions. Her serve goes to Stacy. Cornea sets. Peart hits hard, and somehow getting it over, though, was Zandberg. She kind of put her arms up in a defense position. It goes out of play, nevertheless, and a Rebel point. It's now a 7-point advantage for Rich, 14-7. Brittany Lamborn, the junior, serves for Rich. Couple Lions there, and on the third hit, they only knock it deep to Lamborn. Cornea is setting it up for McKenna Stacy, who hits hard with that right hand, but Zandberg's ready for it. ICS knocks it over. Cornea setting for the Rebels, and Peart hitting to the near side, but there's Jensen to greet the ball. Now the Lions and the Rebels have a bit of a rally going on, but on the third hit, they don't get it across, so the Rebels take the point. It is 15-7 Rich. If they looked slow a week ago, they have put that behind them. Lamborn serves, but it's a donation to the Net Foundation and a point for ICS. 15-8 Rebels in our Auto Farm Chevrolet first set. Amelia Valente serves across for ICS. Smith sets it over on the third hit. Valente hitting it backwards. And now here's Renault hitting. McKee sets, now Cornea setting, and now Peart hitting hard, but it goes to Zandberg. ICS pokes it over, but the Rebels are there. A whistle is blown, and they'll say they went across the net. A point for the Rebels. It's now 16-8, Rich. They lead by 8 in the first set. Annie Peart, the junior, will serve. Peart to serve, a low serve, but a good serve, goes to Zandberg. ICS loads up and hits hard, and Susanna Colby picks up an ace, picks up a kill. It's now 16-9 Rebels. Rich initially thought they earned the point. However, it goes in favor of the Lions, who trail by 7. Back to serve for ICS is Gabby Renault, a junior. Renault's serve, it goes to the near side to Stacy. Cornea sets up for Stacy now, who hits hard, and too hard for the Lions. A point for the Rebels on a Bear Lake Realty kill. It's now 17-9 Rebels in our first set. McKee grabbing a seat as Sage Tiggy comes back in the game. Here's a serve from J.C. Cornea, low serve, but the Lions can deal with it at the moment. They hit into a wall, but that wall deflects the ball out of play for a Lion point. It's now 17-10 to Rich. Rebels lead by 7, and Colby, a freshman, is back to serve for ICS. Colby serves, goes to Stacy. Now Cornea sets for Huckfaker, who hit hard, and the Lions knock it near the net, and they scramble, but they get it across on the third hit. Now a Peart set for the Rebels. Then Cornea sets up for Stacy, who hits into the net, and an ICS point. Cuts the lead down. It's now 17-11 Rebels. Susanna Colby continues to serve, barely gets across, a diving Stacy, and then Cornea can only knock it over just with her fingertips. Now the Lions get it back across. Cornea sets up. Tingy loads up. It goes off the arm and hits the floor for a Rebel kill. 18-11 Rebels. We had a comprehensive family dental dig there by J.C. Cornea. Here's McKenna Stacy to serve, though. And Stacy's serve is too hot to handle for Susanna Colby. Goes out of play, an ace. And now it is 19-11 Rebels. We're in our first set here at Rich High. Stacy to serve. A strong serve, but too low and into the net. Service error, a point for ICS. It's now 19-12 Rich. They lead by 7. And Sophia Colby, another freshman, is back to serve for the Lions. Her serve goes to Peart. Now Cornea sets up. Lamborn hits, finds a hole in the defense for a kill and a Rebel point. 20-12 Rebels. Mackenzie Smith checks in for Dixie Huffaker. Smith with an 8-point advantage will serve for the Rebels. It goes over. Setting and hitting now Zandberg, but goes into a wall built by Brittany Lamborn and Annie Peart, and ultimately hits the Lion portion of the court for a Rich point. It's 21-12. Coach Gasper wants to talk things over. He takes a T7 propane timeout. We'll take a timeout here as well. Rebels lead 21-12.
You're invited to come in and visit with the team at Cash Honda Yamaha in Cache Valley today. Our customers are our friends. If you haven't ever been in, stop in today. We'd love to get to know you. If you haven't been in for a while, stop in and let's get caught up. And if you were here yesterday, come back again soon. You always have an open invitation to visit the crew at Cash Honda Yamaha, where our customers are our friends, on US 91 between Logan and Smithfield.
Welcome back into our Auto Farm Chevrolet first set. Rebels lead 21-12, and it's Mackenzie Smith back to serve for Rich. Her service goes over, and now the Lions have it. Here they come. They knock it over, but into a wall, and an epic recreation block there by Annie Peart. She's been in a couple so far. The Rebels have their 22nd point of the first set. They lead 22-12. Smith serves deep and down the far side. And a quick set over by the Lions barely catches the Rebels off guard, but they load up. Peart hits a couple of diving Lions, keep it alive, and on the third hit, they hit it across, but too deep. The Rebels take the point. It's now 23-12. Rebels 2 points away from winning the first set. Mackenzie Smith will serve for the Rebels. Once again, she loads up and hits down the far sideline. ICS loads up and hits, and that's Zandberg finding a piece of the line. Nope, it goes out of play. Check that. So the Rebels are now 1 point away from winning the first set, 24-12, a 12-point advantage. Smith serves down right down the middle. Zandberg sets. Jensen off her back leg hits, and the Rebels hit it too close to the net for Corney to handle. A point for ICS, and they are making a last-ditch effort to get some life in this first set. They trail 24-13. Rachel Jensen will serve for ICS. Her serve goes to Smith. Cornea setting. Lamborn hitting hard, but into a block, and that goes right back to the Rebels. Cornea sets again, and this time Annie Peart finishes the job as it goes off an arm, a ceiling, a wall, what you name it. And the Rebels take the 25th point. They win the first set 25-13. What a rebound after a sweep a week ago, and they come out here and punch ICS in the mouth. They win the first set 25-13. We'll get our stats after our quick break. But the Rebels are up 1-0 here at Rich High over the ICS Lions.
Two roads diverged in a wood, and I had just purchased new tires at Plains Tire in Evanston. The trained tire technicians at Plains Tire expertly mounted, balanced, and aligned my new tires, so I was feeling good. While I was there, they changed my oil, checked my brakes, fixed my AC, and made sure my shocks were in tip-top shape. And with their lifetime alignment checks and tire rotations, I was ready to roll. So, thanks to Plains Tire, when two roads diverged in a wood, I took the one less traveled. Plains Tire, 157 Bear River Drive, Evanston.
Nothing makes your kid feel like a superstar more than seeing his or her very own Fathead in the stands. Fathead car decals and yard signs are inexpensive and easy to get at Rocky Mountain Sign in Evanston. Whether it's for the big game or to cheer on the high school band, our children make us proud in so many ways. Show your pride today. Go Rebels! West Star Printing and Rocky Mountain Sign, 243 7th Street, Evanston.
Back here at Rich High. Rebels won the first set 25-13. We're getting ready now for our second set, but before we do so, I want to give a birthday shout out to Ryan Steinecker. That's right, the former voice of the Rebels, helped me out so much in my transition here to the Rich community and the surrounding area. So a big thanks to Ryan and a big birthday shout out to him. Sure, he's doing great things down in Cedar City at Southern Utah University. So happy birthday, Ryan. Hopefully the Rebels can give you a birthday present with a win. And we're ready for our second set now. After the first set, the Rebels had 10 kills and 4 aces, and that was the story for them paving the way to a dominant 12-point victory. ICS had 4 kills and only 1 ace. So the Rebels made the most of their offensive opportunities, and that's how they really smashed. Pick an adjective you like against the Lions. 25-13. Rich in that first set. That snaps a big losing skid they had going, and we're ready for set number 2. It's Morgan Zandberg to get us going for the Lions. Her serve goes over to Tingy. Now Cornea sets up for Peart, who gets a Bear Lake Realty kill to open up this second set, and a Rebel lead early on. It's 1-0 Rich. Town & Country Realty beginning serve, and now Brittany Lamborn will serve for the Rebels. Her serve goes across, and ICS poorly handled it. On the third hit, they can only knock it over. Cornea sets up for the Rebels to the near side. Stacy hitting, partially tipped, but the ICS Lions can deal with it for the moment. They hit it across, and now there's Tingy handling it. Cornea sets up for Stacy, once again hits. It's partially deflected and out of play for a Rebel point. 2-0 Rich. Stacy had 4 kills back in that first set. She's up to 5 now. Here's Brittany Lamborn to serve for the Rebels. And gritting it very low is Zanderberg, and somehow ICS able to get it across. Now Cornea sets for the Rebels on the far side. Hitting in the middle is Peart. It goes to the back left corner, but there's the Lions ready to deal with it. And Amelia Valente hits into the net for a Rebel point. It's 3-0 Rich. Lamborn back to serve for the Rebels. The junior hits, and going down to her knees is Colby, and they get it across. Now the Rebels have it. Stacy hits hard, and it goes out of play. Just barely missed on the near sideline. It's 3-1 Rebels. Lions pick up their first point of this second set. The Rebels won the first set. Colby knocks it across, or Valente does, and now Cornea sets up for Peart, who punches it over. Awkwardly, the Lions will deal with it now, and they hit it back across, a floater. Dealing now is Stacy, and then Peart hits it deep to the back right corner. And on the third hit behind her 10-foot line is Zandberg hitting. Now Peart hits it over, and it's partially kept alive for a moment by Valente, but then hits the floor, and the Rebels get their fourth point of the first set. It's 4-1 Rich. Dixie Huffaker checks in for Mackenzie Smith. Here's the junior Peart hitting. Peart serves over. And awkwardly hit by Sophia Colby. It goes into the net for a Rebel point. It's now 5-1 Rebels. 5-1 Rich. Annie Peart to serve for the Rebels. Her serve goes cross court to Jensen. And she hits it over, and it goes out of play for a Rebel point. They've raced out to a 5-point advantage. It's 6-1 here in our second set. Rebels won the first set. Peart will continue to serve. Down the middle, it goes to Jensen. And now Colby on the far side hits too deep for a Rebel point, and Rich has grown this lead up to 6. It's 7-1. A T7 propane timeout is called by ICS. We'll step aside. Rebels lead 7-1 on the Station on Main scoreboard.
When you enter the city limits of the town of Woodruff, the sign welcomes you to a place with the coldest temps and the warmest hearts. Settled in 1870, we celebrate the values of kindness, compassion, and friendliness, knowing a community's greatness may best be measured by the compassionate actions of its members. Mayor Scott Sabian, council members Millie Bradshaw, Raymond Franson, Kent Stewart, and Jason Peterson, with Secretary Lisa Bell, welcome you and say, Go Red Rebels!
Welcome back to our second set here at Rich High. Rebels lead 7-1 after winning the first set 25-13. And Annie Peart will serve once again for the Rebels to restart the game. And her serve is too deep. It's a Lion point. So the Lion timeout pays off. It disrupts Annie Peart, and it's 7-2 Rebels. They lead by 5. Gabby Renault Jr. is set to begin her service for ICS. Her serve is down the far sideline, goes to Lamborn, who hits into the ceiling. Then Cornea sets up for Stacy, and Stacy, a 6th kill for McKenna Stacy, gives the Rebels their 8th point of the second set. They lead by 6. It's 8-2. JC Cornea back in action. Happy to see that, and she's ready to serve, but it goes into the net. Some jitters from JC Cornea potentially gives the Lions their 3rd point. It's 8-5 Rebels in our second set. Susanna Colby will now serve for ICS. It goes right down the middle to Lamborn. She hits it, but too close to the net. Teeing up Morgan Zandberg, who makes them pay. A big kill, and then point for ICS. They trail by 4. It's 8-4. Susanna Colby, a senior, the only senior in the starting lineup. Ready to serve. It goes to Stacy, who hits it near the net. Then Corny hits it back for Annie Peart, who hits it too low. And the Rebels giving away some free points right now. Another point for the Lions, who have cut the deficit to 3. It's 8-5 Rich. Colby in service. Goes to Lamborn, hits it near the net once again. It's too hot to handle for Corny, and the Rebels just continue to have the first pass off the serve be way too close to the net to deal with. It's now 8-6 Rich. Their lead's been cut to 2. Colby will serve into the net and gives the Rebels a break and pushes their lead back to 3. It's 9-6 Rich in our second set. Rebels lead 1-0, and here's McKenna Stacy to serve. A hard serve. Goes to Colby, and she hits it into the net. So just like the Rebels, now the Lions are having their first pass go to the net, and Rich leads 10-6. Stacy to serve for the Rebels. Her serve is poorly handled by Colby, and ICS just didn't know what to do with it. It eventually hits the floor for a Rebel point. 11-6 Rich. Rebels building their lead again. They're up by 5. And Stacy to continue to serve. A hard serve and a Crawford Trough service ace. Goes off the arms of Sophia Colby, and our station on main scoreboard now reads 12-6 Rebels. Stacy will serve, and it goes out. Lions take the point. They trail by 5. It's 12-7. Here's Sophia Colby, a freshman. Colby's serve is too deep. Goes over the head of McKenna Stacy, who's standing deep in the middle for a Rebel point. It's 13-7 Rich. They lead by 6 in our second set, and they won the first set as well. Mackenzie Smith checks in, and she'll serve now for Rich. Her serve is a bit of a moonshot, goes over, and now the Lions are going to hit into the net on the third hit as Morgan Zandberg couldn't give it enough muscle, and the Rebels lead by 7. It's 14-7. 14-7 Rich. Mackenzie Smith will serve now for the Rebels. Service goes deep down the middle. Colby passes it up, and the Lions knock it over. Here's Stacy hitting from the back line, close about, and it goes too deep, and the point goes to ICS. 14-8 Rich. They lead by 6, but the Lions are serving. Rachel Jensen, a junior, will serve for ICS. Her serve goes to Stacy. Corny is setting. Peart hitting. It's partially deflected and out of play for a Rebel point. 15-8 Rebels. 5th kill for Annie Peart. She's really picked up in the kill department. And now Taylor McKee checks in the game to serve. ICS stunned initially to handle it, and then Zandberg hits it out of play for a Rebel point. Rich leads by 8. It's 16-8. McKee to serve. Goes to Colby. And now Jensen knocks it over, but McKee's ready for it. Corny is setting. Lamborn hitting. It bounces around the net, and now the Rebels have to deal with it. Corny at the deep back set. And now here come the Lions, who hit it into the net for a Rebel point. It's 17-8 Rebels. McKee will serve for the Rebels. Her service goes deep down the middle, but too deep. It's a point for the Lions, who cut into this lead. They trail 17-9 on our station on main scoreboard. Morgan Zandberg serves to McKee on the far side. Corny at the back line, setting up for Lamborn deep in the middle. Zandberg hits it into the ceiling, and then it's going to be Renault hitting it across. Now Corny for Rich, setting up for Lamborn on the near side. It's partially tipped hits a couple fingers and whatnot, and hits the floor for Rebel point. It's 18-9 Rebels. Rich was in a similar situation a week ago, except they were on the losing end. Right now, they are dominating. Lamborn serves. It's a low serve, a diving. Colby greets it, and then the Lions somehow find a hole in the defense on the third hit for a point. It's now 18-10 Rebels. They lead by 8 in our second set. They won the first set as well, 25-13. Amelia Valente to serve for ICS. Goes to Smith in the middle. Cornea sets from that same spot. Then Stacy on the near side hits the back line, but ICS can deal with it now. A Renault hit goes to Smith. Now Cornea setting for Peart. We have a bit of a rally going, some good defense and offense. Lines on the third hit to the back line, but it's too deep. It goes out of play for a Rebel point. Rich leads by 9. It's 19-10 on our Station on Main scoreboard. Huffaker will check in for Smith. She goes to her home at the front lines. And now here's Annie Peart, the junior, barely trickles across the net. ICS hits it over, and the Rebels are colliding with each other, and somehow Lamborn gets it across. What a play by the junior. Now ICS hits to McKee. She sets it up momentarily. Peart knocks it over, then Stacy hits. ICS having to deal with some issues of their own. They scramble and get it across. Now Cornea for the Rebels, setting it up for Stacy. It's hit, and it's partially deflected out of play. What a series of events that ends in a Rebel point. It's 20-10 now. Rich, they lead by 10 in the second set. Wow, both teams scrambling like some eggs, but ultimately it goes to the Rebels. Peart serves for Rich, goes deep and down the middle. Zandberg hits from the back line, and Peart, or check that, McKee, has a bleed through her fingers, and the Rebels cough up the point. It's 20-11, Rich, but they lead comfortably by 9 in our second set. Gabby Renault, a junior, is set to serve for the Lions. Her service goes deep down the middle. McKee with a comprehensive family dental dig momentarily to keep it alive, but Cornea can't greet it. It's a point for the Lions, who have cut the deficit to 8. It's 20-12 in the second set. Rich ahead. Junior Renault serves, barely gets across the net. Stacy hits initially, and now Huffaker setting it up, and she hits the back far corner, and now the Lions on the third hit it into a epic recreation block. That wall built by Dixie Huffaker, who's got all smiles right now as her side leads 21-12. McKee takes a seat, and Sage Tingey is back in the game. Smith, or Cornea, serving it across. The Lions somehow set it over on the third hit, and now Tingey setting up for Huffaker, who hits deep down the middle. Lions on the far side setting up for a flying Jensen, who hits to Lamborn, who goes flying and goes out of play for a Lion point. It is now 21-13, Rich, in our second set. Rebels lead 1-0. Susanna Colby, a senior, will serve now for ICS. Her serve is deep and down the middle. It goes to Peart. Cornea sets up for Stacy in the middle. Stacy hits to the near side, and now here come the Lions, who hit into a block. It gets across once again, and then Stacy thought she could catch the defense sleeping a little bit. Hits it too deep, though, and a point for ICS. They now trail by 7. It's 21-14 Rebels. They have yet to trail all afternoon. Colby serves, goes deep down the middle to Lamborn. Cornea sets on the near side for Huffaker, who hits too deep. It goes out of play. And now the Rebels only lead by 6. It's 21-15. At one point they led 20-10. Colby will serve, a senior, for ICS. Her service goes to Lamborn, who hits it further back, and now Peart hits it close to the net, and then Tingey knocks it across. Colby setting it up in the middle, and now a hit from Valente is going to be good for a point. ICS beginning to make a comeback. It's 21-16, a 5-point margin in favor of the Rebels, but Coach Lamborn calls timeout. We'll take a T7 propane timeout of our own. Rebels lead 21-16 in our second set.
The best live coverage of local sports, weather, local news, and radio classifieds. Plus job listings, fun giveaways, and more. It's all on mylocalradio.com. Watch live as your high school teams clash with their biggest rivals. Listen to the latest from your team's coaches, catch up on local and regional news, and get accurate weather conditions and forecasts. Visit mylocalradio.com, like us on Facebook, and stream it all now.
Welcome back to Rich High. The Rebels taking on the ICS Lions, and Rich leads 1-0, and they lead 21-16 now in our second set. But ICS on a bit of a run, a 6-1 run to be exact. And now Colby serves across to Tingy, and Stacy, I beg your pardon. The Lions hit it back across. Now Cornea dumps it over. It's ICS poking it across, and it finds a bit of the paint for a Lion point. Their run continues. It's 21-17 Rebels, but the lead is a somewhat comfortable 4. Here's Susanna Colby. Her service goes deep to Lamborn in the middle. Cornea sets from the middle as well, and on the far side it's Tingy who hits too low and into the net. And the lead continues to be trimmed. It's 21-18 Rebels. They're up by 3, and at one point they led by 10. Colby will serve, goes to Peart on the far side. Cornea sets up for Stacy, and Stacy's hit is going to be out of play for a Lion point. It's 21-19. The Rebels only lead by 2 now here in our second set. Susanna Colby, her service sends sends Peart flying, and then Huffaker in the third hit can only tap it over. And the same done by the Lions, and now retrieving it is Cornea, and hitting and knocking over is Dixie Huffaker. A wall built by the Rebels denies the shot by the Lions, and the Rebels stop the bleeding. They pick up their 22nd point in our second set. Their lead's back to 3. It's 22-19 on our Station on Main scoreboard. Here's the service from Stacy. The Lions head across, and Stacy deals it at her knees, but it goes to the rafters. And a point for the Lions, who trail by 2. It's 22-20 on the Station on Main scoreboard. Rebels lead 1-0. We're now in the second set. Back to serve is Colby, and Colby able to pick up an ace as the defense thought it would go out of play. The lead is down to 1. It's 22-21. What a comeback this is by the ICS Lions. Their side is loud. Colby's service is going to go to Peart. Cornea setting. Lamborn getting ready to hit. It's too deep, and we are all tied. Wow, what a run. A 12-2 run by the Lions has knotted us up at 22 apiece. A timeout is called by head coach Wendy Lamborn. We'll take another break. We're all even, 22 apiece on our Station on Main scoreboard.
When you think about Bear Lake, think family, fun, fishing, beaches, boats, green, and great food. Think water, wildlife, trails, and shakes, snow, scenery, and sun. Think summer. Go to bearlake.org and plan your visit today. Visit Scenic Idaho.
The Lions with an opportunity to take the lead after trailing by 10. It's 22-all in the second set. Here's service from Sophia Colby. It barely gets across. A huge comprehensive family dental dig. And the Rebels are on the defense now, and that is going to be in for a kill. A Lion comeback is nearly completed. They now lead 22-23, but you have to give credit to McKenna Stacy for the biggest comprehensive family dental dig we've seen all season, but ultimately the Lions take the point. And now Sophia Colby, her service goes to Stacy. Cornea is setting up. Brittany Lamborn with a dump set across. Now the Lions have it. They're going to set up for Jensen on the far side. Her hit goes to Stacy in the middle. Cornea is setting. Huffaker taps it over, and the Lions scrambling to get to it. Huffaker gets a kill and a point for the Rebels. We're all even at 23 apiece. A Bear Lake Realty kill by Dixie Huffaker as she grabs a seat, and Mackenzie Smith comes in to serve. A close one here in the second set. Rebels lead 1-0. Smith serves for Rich. It goes deep to Renault on the far side, and a diving Smith gets it back over, and the Lions now have it on their third hit. It goes to Stacy deep in the middle. Corny on the far side, setting. Peart knocks it over. ICS sets it all up for Jensen, who finds a hole in the defense. But what an epic recreation. What a comprehensive family dental dig there from Cornea. Now Tingy setting it up. Lamborn pokes it over. A Lion dives for it. And ICS knocks it across. What a rally here. Cornea sets for Rich. Lamborn hits hard. Too hard, though. It goes out of play. A point for ICS. They're 1 point away from evening the match. They lead 24-23 on the Station on Main scoreboard. Rachel Jensen will serve. It goes to Smith. Cornea setting. Lamborn with a dump set to the far side. ICS is ready for it, though. Now Jensen hits partially deflected at the wall, at the line. And here comes the Lions after a knock across. A diving Smith, and then Lamborn hits it over. Now ICS at the net. It goes to Tingy. Cornea setting for Rich. Lamborn pokes it across. The Lions are now having their third hit go to Lamborn, who can't handle it. Hits the floor for a point. What a comeback. Wow. 25-23, the final in the second set. At one point, Rich led 20-10. However, the Lions would go on to win 15 of the next 20 points, and a 25-23 final in the second set. Rebels and Lions all even at one set apiece. We'll get ready for our third set, brought to you by the Rich County government. When we return, one set each after two, and the Rebels drop the second set 25-23.
Whether you're kicking up dust in the hills, making waves down on the lake, or taking advantage of the world's greatest powder, don't just hope to have fun. Take that sled by the handlebars and make your time at Bear Lake epic. Epic Recreation rents equipment and cabins for your vacation fun at beautiful Bear Lake. From watercraft large and small to UTVs, sleds, and more, Epic Recreation has it all to go on-road, off-road, or out on the Caribbean blue water. Book your adventure at epicrecreation.net.
If the idea of owning your own home in beautiful Bear Lake sounds like more than your finances can handle, visit the experts at Bear Lake Realty to learn how you can make it happen. Gary and Amber McKee at Bear Lake Realty can show you how to buy a home and rent it out, so it pays for itself while you enjoy it some of the time as well. And soon, you'll have your own place in the Caribbean of the Rockies. No one knows the market better, and no one else serves you better than Bear Lake Realty.
As one of the region's most visited websites, MyLocalRadio.com is here to serve you. Catch up on local and regional news and information. Buy, sell, or trade your good used items on the radio classifieds. Check the weather forecast or catch our live coverage of your high school teams in action, all on MyLocalRadio.com. Like us on Facebook so you never miss a giveaway, and visit MyLocalRadio.com today to stream it all live.
We welcome you back to our Rich County government third set now between the Rich Rebels and the ICS Lions. We're all even at one set apiece. The Rebels blew a 10-point lead in that second set. That's a tough pill to swallow for this team right now, who had a big advantage early on, and we reset our Station on Main scoreboard, and we'll get ready for the third set now. An unbelievable comeback by ICS. That was fueled by 9 kills compared to their 4 in the first set, and 3 aces compared to 1. Here's Annie Peart to restart the match, though. A service goes deep, and the Lions tee it up, and it goes into an Epic Recreation block, and the Rebels once again grab the first point of the set. They lead 1-0 on the Station on Main scoreboard. Annie Peart, the junior, will continue her service. Goes deep down the middle to Jensen. The Lions poke it across. Now Corney is setting up for Stacy. Hits hard. It's partially deflected. A diving Lion keeps it going. And now Renault hits it down the line. There's Lamborn. And that sets up for Huffaker, who pushes it deep down the line, and the Lions can deal with it. They hit it across. A dig there from Sage Tingy. Renault hitting it. It sets up and knocking it to a hole in the defense. was Amelia Valente, and we're all even at 1 apiece. 1-1 in the third set. Each side has won a set. The Rebels won the first set, and the Lions with a huge comeback to win the second. Amelia Valente, a junior, will serve for ICS. Her service is going to be in for an ace. Lamborn and Peart thought it might go out. It did not. It hugged the line. It's now 2-1 Lions. Amelia Valente, her service down the middle. Tingy deals with it at her knees. Cornea setting. Stacy hitting. It's going to be partially deflected, but it hits the Lion portion of the court for a Rebel point. We're all even at 2 in the third set. Rebels and Lions tied at 1 set each. Here's the service from J.C. Cornea. Goes down the far side, and that's Sophia Colby hitting it out of play for a Rebel point. It's now 3-2 Rich. Cornea on the far side will serve for the Rebels. Down that far sideline, Colby sends her sister Susanna Colby flying, and they knock it over. Now Stacy loads up, hits the back line. It goes out of play for a Lion point. This third set is going to be a lot closer than the first two were out of the gate. We're all even at 3 apiece. It appears the Rebels woke up a sleeping Lion, and they are coming to play here. Here's Gabby Renault. Her service will go to Lamborn in the middle. Cornea sets on the far side. Huffaker hits from the middle. It goes to Zandberg, and now Valente passes up for Jensen. She hits it over, and there's Tingy. Now McKenna Stacy hits, and it's just way too much heat behind that missile. It eventually bottles around for a Rebel point. It's now 4-3 Rich on the Station on Main scoreboard. Stacy serves on the near side. Goes to Renault. Then Zandberg hits down the middle. Peart passes up to Cornea, who sets up for Lamborn, who hits too low into the net for a point for ICS. They are now tied 4-4 on the Station on Main scoreboard. 4-4, and it is Susanna Colby to serve. We've yet to see a single substitution from ICS as Colby serves down the middle. Cornea sets up. Tingy with a dump set. She finds a hole in the defense. It's a point for the Rebels, thanks to Sage Tingy, the senior. And now Rich leads by 1. It's 5-4. We have Grohl checking in for Huffaker. She doesn't make a ton of varsity appearances, but she's in now. Here's Grohl to serve. A strong serve right down the middle, and a Crawford Trough service ace. Thanks to Cassidy Grohl. It's now 6-4 Rebels. 6-4 Rich. Grohl will serve. Another strong low serve. Tough for Renault to deal with. Goes near the net, and then Renault deep back hits it over with one hand. Cornea setting up for Smith, who hits to the far corner. There's Colby, and then the Lions somehow get it across. It tickles over the net for a point. It's 6-5 on the Station on Main scoreboard. Rebels lead by 1. Sophia Colby will now serve for ICS. Her service down the middle to Stacy. Passes it to Cornea near the net. She knocks it across, and then the Lions are diving across to get to it. They hit it over. On the far side, it's Tingy setting it up for Smith, who hits hard down the middle. Colby passes it to Jensen, who knocks it over, and that sends Stacy flying. Cornea greets it. A dump set for Smith gets it across, and now here come the Lions. Jensen on the far side goes to Stacy, and then Smith retrieves the ball, and they get it across. What a play of events there. Here come the Lions. Cornea has it bleed through her fingers, and it's a Lion point. We're all even at 6 apiece on the Station on Main scoreboard. In our third set, brought to you by Rich County Government, we're all even at 1 set apiece. As we wait a whistle, and no Lion wanted to get ready to serve, but now it's going to be Sophia Colby, a freshman, to do so. Here comes Colby. Her service goes down the middle to Stacy. Cornea setting, Smith hitting. It catches Colby up high near the face. It ricochets out of play for a Rebel point. They retake the lead by 1. It's 7-6. Back to serve now is Sage Tingy for the Rebels. Tingy hits down the line. It's going to be in for an ace. It barely gets in that back right corner for a Rebel point. Their lead's up to 2 now. It's 8-6 on the station on main scoreboard. Rebels ahead. We're all even at 1 set apiece. There's the service from Sage Tingy. The Lions load up and hit into the net for a Rebel point, who have now pushed their lead up to 3. It's 9-6 Rich. Tingy serves down the middle and too deep for a Lion point. The lead's down to 2. It's 9-7 Rebels in our third set. Rebels won the first set, and then ICS won the second. Jensen serves down the middle. Stacy and Smith both handle it initially. Then Peart hits it to the back right corner. The Lions retrieve it on the third hit. They can only knock it across, but it goes out of play. And the Rebels lead 10-7 on an unforced error. 10-7 Rich. Mackenzie Smith will serve for the Rebels. Smith serves, goes to Colby in the back right corner. Then Peart hits off her back leg. It goes across. The Lions load up, and it's Renault hitting deep for ICS. Corney is setting for Stacy on the near side. Cross court, Bear Lake Realty kill by McKenna Stacy. Her 10th kill, and it's an 11-7 lead for Rebels. A T7 propane timeout is called by ICS. We'll step aside. The Rebels lead 11-7 on the station on main scoreboard.
This presentation of Rich High School Athletics on MyLocalRadio.com is brought to you by these Rebel Sports Boosters, LSR Refrigerated, and the Walletines in Garden City. Darren, Tricia, and the entire Walletine clan wish the Rebels good luck. And by Cat Answer Technical Services, proudly supporting the Rich Rebels. The staff at Cat Answer Technical Services wish the Rebels good luck on the field, on the court, in the classroom, and in life.
Back here in our third set, Rebels lead 11-7 on the station on main scoreboard. Smith serves. Her service gets across. Now the Lions are going to knock it over. There's Grohl passing it up for Cornea, and the Rebels load up for a Peart hit. And it's now 12-7 Rich. 12-7 Rebels in the third set, each side with 1 set to their name. A service now from Smith, barely gets across. And ICS hits it over on the third hit. Smith passes it near the line for Cornea, who sets for Stacy, who hit too hard, and a point for ICS. The lead's down to 4. It's 12-8 Rich. ICS will now serve with Morgan Zandberg has the ball. Zandberg hits. It goes to Smith, and then Corney in the middle, setting it for Stacy on the near side. Stacy hits the back right corner. Zandberg initially hands it, and then the third hit is by Zandberg, gets across. Corney on the far side, setting up for Peart. Hits hard, but too low of a set. It goes into the net. And a point for ICS. Their lead is down, or their deficit is down to 3. It's 12-9 Rebels on the station on main scoreboard. Zandberg will serve. And a donation to the Net Foundation, a point for the Rebels. It's now 13-9 Rich in the third set, brought to you by the Rich County government. Grohl checks out. What a fine job she did there, and now it's Dixie Huffaker coming in to replace her. Here's Peart to serve, and a service ace from Andy Peart. It was too low for Zandberg. She was able to get maybe a pinky to it, and a 14th point for the Rebels. They lead 14-9. Peart serves right down the middle. This time ICS is prepared. And they hit it over, and they find a hole in the defense for a point. 14-10, Rich, on our station on main scoreboard. Amelia Valente ready to serve now for the Lions. Valente service down the middle. Tingy handles it at her knees. That sets up for Stacy, who hits hard, and another Bear Lake Realty kill for McKenna Stacy, her 11th kill of the afternoon. It's 15-10 Rebels. Here's J.C. Cornea to serve now for Rich. Her service deep down the middle, and an ace. A strong serve by J.C. Cornea fools that Lions defense. Hits the floor, no one touched it, and a point for Rich. 16-10 Rebels. Cornea to serve again. This time the Lions get a paw to it. It sets up for Jensen on the near side. A comprehensive family dental dig momentarily by J.C. Cornea, but then it ultimately goes out for a point. And the score is now 16-11. Rebels ahead by 5. Rebels up by 5 in the third set. And back to serve for ICS is Gabby Renault. Her service goes to the far corner to Peart. Then it's McKee setting and Stacy hitting into the net, and a point for ICS. The lead's down to 4. It's 16-12. The Rebels have been in the spot before, but they blew it in the second set. Renault in the middle serves too low into the net. The Rebels catch a break. It's 17-12 Rich. Rebels up 5. Lamborn will come back into the game. She does not often leave, but she took a breather there, and Smith will come out in her place. Here's McKenna Stacy, a senior. Service deep to the far side. Jensen now hitting. It goes to McKee, who sets it up, and then Lamborn knocks it across to the near corner. ICS pokes it over. There's Annie Peart to deal with it. And now Lamborn hits hard to the back corner. Lions prepared, though. It all sets up for Jensen on the far side. And it sends McKee flying to the net. She can't quite get to it. It's a point for ICS. 17-13. Rebels ahead by 4 in our third set. Each side winning 1 set. And now service from Susanna Colby. Goes down the middle. McKee setting. Huffaker hitting. It goes into a block, and the Rebels somehow get it across. Wow. And now ICS loading up. They hit to Stacy in the middle. McKee will set. And Lamborn hits. It's blocked partially, but then it hits the line floor for a Rebel point. 18-13, Rich. They lead by 5 on the station on main scoreboard. Grohl back in the game for the Rebels. She'll serve for Huffaker, who checks out. Grohl service does not get across. It was close. And a point given to the Lions. It's now 18-14. Rebels ahead by 4 in our third set, leading, check that, each side winning a set. Now Sophia Colby ready to serve for ICS. Her service goes to Stacy in the middle. McKee sets. Peart hits into a block, and it hits the Rebel part of the floor for a point. Rebels now lead by 3. It's 18-15 on the station on main scoreboard. Here's service now from Sophia Colby. Goes to Stacy in the middle. McKee sets for Lamborn. Her hit is going to be kept alive by Renault, and the Lions knock it over. Stacy pass up to McKee. Then Tingy awkwardly hits it, but it's not going to get across on the third hit. So the lead's down to 2 for Rich. They lead 18-16. Coach Lamborn calls, no, she does not call timeout. A substitution is made, and Hatch comes in the game now for the Rebels. The Rebels using their bench here. Service gets across for ICS. Lamborn hits, and she gets a Bear Lake Realty kill. It is now 19-16 Rebels. They lead by 3 in the third set, brought to you by the Rich County government. Here's Hatch to serve for the Rebels. Her service goes over, down the middle. Jensen pokes it over, and Hatch with a double hit gives ICS a point. And Sage Tingy is going to come in for Hatch after that. So it's now 19-17 Rebels. They lead by 2 on the station on main scoreboard. Each side winning a set, and we're now in the third set. Jensen serves to Tingy. McKee setting. It's near the net. It somehow stays over. Then 4 hits by the Rebels gives the point to ICS. The lead's down to 1. It's now 19-18 on our station on main scoreboard. ICS serving. It's Rachel Jensen. Jensen serves down to the far side. Tingy at her knees, passes it to McKee. A hit across from Peart. Now the Lions prepare for their offensive attack. They hit it to Grohl. Grohl passes to McKee. Lamborn knocks to the far side. It all sets up for Renault, who hits hard, but too hard, and the Rebels take the point. It is now 20-18. Rich up by 2 on the Station on Main scoreboard. A substitution here as J.C. Cornea is going to come in for Taylor McKee. McKee comes out, Cornea comes in. The Rebels lead by 2 in the third set. It's 20-18. Lamborn serves, but too low, does not get across. A free point for ICS, and the lead's down to 1. It's 20-19. Each side has won a set so far. Service from Zandberg goes to Stacy. She passes to Cornea, who passes it back, and McKenna Stacy picks up a kill. She's becoming an assassin here. It's 21-19. Rebels up by 2. Grohl will check out for Huffaker. Rebels need 4 points to go up 2-1. Service from Peart, cross court, goes to Zandberg. That's Colby in the far corner, hitting it into the net for a Rebel point. And now it's 22-19. Rebels lead by 3. A T7 propane timeout is called. We'll step aside, and when we return, the Rebels will try to add 2 points to win this third set as they lead 22-19.
When do you schedule doctor appointments?
In bed before I fall asleep.
In the car waiting to pick up my kids.
We can even do it after breakfast.
We all lead busy lives. Online appointment scheduling puts you in control. In just 90 seconds, you can make an appointment with a primary care provider or specialist at evanstonanytime.com. Select the day and time most convenient for you. Enter some basic information, and just like that, you're scheduled for care. Schedule appointments for next day and beyond at evanstonanytime.com.
We're ready to resume action here in the third set. The Rebels lead 22-19. Each side has won 1 set. And service from Peart goes down the middle. And now the ICS Lions marching in an attack of their own. A diving dig there from Sage Tingey. Passes up to Huffaker, and a kill by Dixie Huffaker as the Lions couldn't not respond and get it across. The Rebels now lead 23-19 on the Station on Main scoreboard. Junior Peart will continue to serve. A cross-court serve sends one line flying, and on the third hit, they hit it across, but it goes out of play. An errant hit by ICS by Susanna Colby gives the Rebels their 24th point of the third set. They lead 24-19. Here's set point by Peart. The response goes right across. Now Cornea sets for Rich. Stacy hits hard. It goes to the back left corner to Zandberg. Renault with one hand hits it down the middle. Lamborn greets it. Cornea sets up for Stacy. It's partially deflected, but the Lions can deal with it. And in the middle hitting is Jensen. A diving Lamborn, and her pass goes out of play. A kill for Rachel Jensen gives her side some life. It's 24-20 now. Rebels up by 4 in the third set. ICS getting ready to serve. Amelia Valente serves for ICS, goes down the middle. Tingey at her knees, passes to Cornea. Stacy off her back leg, hits, goes down the sideline, and now the Lions march an attack. Goes to Peart on the near side. Cornea sets for Rich. Huffaker hits, goes off a paw, and it hits the floor for a Rebel point. They get the point and the set. 25-20, Rich in the third set. They go up 2-1, and now the Rebels look to close out the Lions in the fourth set. So Rich Rebels win the third set 25-20, brought to you by the Rich County government. We'll get ready for our fourth set when we return right after this.
Whether you're kicking up dust in the hills, making waves down on the lake, or taking advantage of the world's greatest powder, don't just hope to have fun. Take that sled by the handlebars and make your time at Bear Lake epic. Epic Recreation rents equipment and cabins for your vacation fun at beautiful Bear Lake. From watercraft large and small to UTVs, sleds, and more, Epic Recreation has it all to go on-road, off-road, or out on the Caribbean blue water. Book your adventure at epicrecreation.net.
If the idea of owning your own home in beautiful Bear Lake sounds like more than your finances can handle, visit the experts at Bear Lake Realty to learn how you can make it happen. Gary and Amber McKee at Bear Lake Realty can show you how to buy a home and rent it out.
so it pays for itself while you enjoy it some of the time as well. And soon, you'll have your own place in the Caribbean of the Rockies. No one knows the market better, and no one else serves you better than Bear Lake Realty.
As one of the region's most visited websites, mylocalradio.com is here to serve you. Catch up on local and regional news and information. Buy, sell, or trade your good used items on the radio classifieds. Check the weather forecast or catch our live coverage of your high school teams in action, all on mylocalradio.com. Like us on Facebook so you never miss a giveaway, and visit mylocalradio.com today to stream it all live.
Let's get our fan cam on here. It's brought to you by Bear Lake Realty. Thanks to Gary and Amber McKee. It is neon day here, so the student section wearing some bright colors. Your eyes are not fooling you. And a couple of football players in that front row. And we're getting ready for our fourth set now. It's not brought to you by anyone, so if you want to be brought by you, let us know. But here we go. We get ready for set number 4. Rebels lead 2 sets to 1. And here we go. Back to serve for ICS. It's going to be the freshman. Senior. Check that. Susanna Colby. Her sister, Sophia Colby, is a freshman on the starting team. The Rebels had 12 kills in that third set compared to ICS's 5. That was the difference maker. So here we go. Bear Lake Realty, Town and Country's first serve, gets across, and now the Lions are on the defense. They are flying around to keep it going, and they get it over. Lamborn passes to Corney on the far side. Stacy hits down the middle, and it's Colby passing it up to Jensen, who hits to Smith. Corney sets for the Rebels, and Peart hits down the middle. We have a rally going. A poke across by Zandberg. The ball's at the net. The Rebels get it over to the Lions side, and now ICS loads up for Jensen, who hits. Tingy hits into the air. A couple of Rebels scarily diving near each other. Ooh, that could have been bad. It hits the floor, though, for an ICS point, a long first point, too, may I add. And ICS has won the first point of the set for the first time this afternoon. Here is the service now from Colby. It goes to the near side for Stacy. Cornea sets up for Stacy, who hits hard, and somehow Renault keeps it going. Jensen on the far side hits to Tingy. No Rebel wanted it. No one called the ball. It hit the floor, and the Lions are up now 2-0 on the Station on Main scoreboard. So for the first time since the end of the second set, the Rebels trail 2-0. Trail by 2. Service goes to Stacy, and Peart hits to a wall, and the Rebels knock it over on the third hit. Here's the defense for the Rebels marching up, and they don't get ready for it, though. And a kill by ICS gives them 3 points out of the gate. They're up 3-0 in our fourth set. 3-zip Lions. Colby with her fourth straight serve now. Goes down the middle. Smith greets it. Then Cornea passes, and it's a block for McKenna Stacy's hit. And head coach Wendy Lamborn calls timeout as the Rebels trail 4-0 on the Station on Main scoreboard. We'll step aside. The Rebels look to rebound here in set number 4.
We know that when you think of Plains Tire in Evanston, you always think
the Tire Professionals.
Quality customer service. They're friendly with great prices.
I really like Plains Tire in Evanston.
But did you also know that the team at Plains Tire offers oil changes, windshield wiper checks, and free alignment checks? That's right, free alignment checks. We don't want you to quit thinking all those great things when you hear Plains Tire. We just want you to add to the list. Plains Tire, the tire professionals. Stop in today, 157 Bear River Drive.
Rebels down 4-0 on the Station on Main scoreboard as we restart the fourth set. Rich knocks it over. Corney is setting for the Rebels. Stacy hits in the far corner, and she finds a patch of paint. That's in for a point, and the Rebels are on the Station on Main scoreboard now. They trail by 3, 4-1 in the fourth set. They lead 2-1. Rich won the first and third set. Annie Peart, a junior, is set to serve for the Rebels. Her service, cross court down the middle. And here come ICS Lions. They tap it over. Cornea sets for Stacy, who hits hard. It's partially deflected, but hits the Lions half of the court. And now it's a 4-2 advantage for ICS on our station on main scoreboard. Annie Peart to serve for the Rebels. Low, and it goes into the net. So the point goes to ICS, who lead by 3. It's 5-2. Sophia Colby will now serve for ICS. Down the middle to Tingy. Corney is setting on the far side for Huffaker in the middle. And a whistle is blown. And they'll give the point to the Rebels. An error on ICS. So it's now 5-3 ICS. Rebels trail by 2 in our 4th set, leading 2-1. Cornea serves, goes down the middle, and it sends one line flying. On the third hit, they hit it across, but it goes too deep. A point for the Rich Rebels, who now trail by 1. It's 5-4 Rich. 5-4 Rich. Cornea serves, it goes too low. A point for ICS. It's now 6-4 Lions. We're in the 4th set here. Rebels lead 2-1. Rachel Jensen set to serve. Her service gets across, goes to Peart. Cornea setting it up for Huffaker in the middle, who pokes it over. A couple Lions flying around, but ultimately ends on the floor for a Rebel point, who now trail by 1. It's 6-5. 6-5, ICS. Stacy serves, a strong one too. The Lions hit it over. A diving Lamborn kept it alive momentarily, but that's all it will be momentarily. And now ICS is back up by 2. It's 7-5. And on our station on main scoreboard, Zandberg serves for ICS, goes to Huffaker in the back right corner. Cornea setting for Lamborn, who hits cross court. Lions hit down the line. Stacy there, though. Cornea sets. Huffaker taps it over. Lions now setting it all up for Colby. Reaction from Tingy, and the Lions now have it on their end of the court. They load up and they hit into a block, and Huffaker can only hit it so many times. She gets out of the way as the ball hits the floor, and the point goes to ICS, who lead 8-5 on the station on main scoreboard. Service from Zandberg goes to Huffaker, who passes it to Cornea, who hits to Tingy, who bumps it over. Now the Lions are all going to set it up for Colby. Cornea sets over now to Stacy, to Lamborn, who knocks it over. Point gets across, the ball gets across. Rebels have it at their end. A pass over by Lamborn. Now ICS loading up for Zandberg hits. Stacy greets it. Cornea passes near the net. Rebels get to it, and they knock it over. Now ICS in a bit of a rally. A punch over by Cornea. The Lions setting it all up on the far side for Renault. It's partially deflected. A comprehensive family dental dig, and what a play by the Rich Rebels. They get it over on a great dig by JC Cornea, and the Rebels get the point after the Lions hit it out of play. Wow, what a play that was. And now the Rebels trail by 2. It's 8-6. 8-6 on the station on main scoreboard. Rebels lead 2-1. Service by Smith. Renault hits right back to Smith. A whistle is blown, and they're going to give the point. A double hit, I believe, is being called on the Rebels. So it's a 9-6 advantage for ICS in the 4th set. Here is service, gets over by Valente. Cornea is setting it all up for Peart, who hits hard, and it goes out of play too far, or too wide. It's now 10-6 Lions. They lead by 4 on the station on main scoreboard. Here's the service, gets over for ICS. Cornea is setting for Lamborn down the back line. Zandberg passes it over to Renault, hits into a block, and now the Lions restart things. They tip it over. Cornea bumps it to the other side. Valente setting up for Renault, hits into a block, but it hits the Rebel part of the court for an ICS point. It's 11-6 ICS. They lead by 5. This is the largest margin and the largest lead, I should say, for ICS all afternoon. Valente hits to Smith down the middle. Her pass is too close to the net. Cornea passes it back to Tingy, who knocks it over. Now the Lions march on the offense. They hit to Stacy in the middle. Cornea's going to set it all up for Peart, who punches it over. Jensen passes to the far side of Renault, who just palms it over. And now the Lions have it. Zandberg sets it all up for Renault. She hits too low into the net for a Rebel point. It is 11-7. Rebels down by 4. McKee's going to check in for Sage Tingy. Taylor McKee will serve now for the Rebels, down 4 in the 4th set. Her service goes down the line to Zandberg. Valente passes it up, and the Rebels send a couple girls flying, and they can't get it over on the 3rd hit. So the point goes to ICS. Their lead's back to 5. It's 12-7 on the Station on Main scoreboard. Renault is set to serve for ICS. Her serve goes to McKee, who gets low to handle it. Cornea passes up for Lamborn, who does a dump set over. And now the Lions get it back across. Cornea passing. Peart hitting. Renault can deal with it the moment it goes near the net. The Lions on the 3rd hit do not get it across. And the Rebels take an easy point. It's now 12-8 ICS. Their lead is up to 4. Brittany Lamborn to serve for the Rebels now. The junior hits it down the middle. Zandberg passes near the net, then it's passed back to her. She hits but too deep. The Rebels take the point. It's 12-9 ICS. Their lead's been trimmed to 3. Brittany Lamborn will serve right down the middle to Zandberg. Valente passes it up. Colby hits it across. Cornea dumps it back over. The Lions have it at their end. Zandberg sets it all up for Jensen, who hits it too low into the net for a Rebel point. It's now 12-10 on the Station on Main scoreboard. Rebels trail by 2. Lamborn set to serve. Her serve goes down the middle. Jensen there. Now Jensen hits. Lamborn tracks it down. Goes out of play, but Cornea races after it, and then McKee on the 3rd hit knocks it over. Here come the Lions, though. They all set up for Colby. An arm by Cornea kept it alive, and then one-handed hit by Lamborn. The Lions have it, and they're setting it all up. And they hit it over, and Cornea passes to Stacy, who hits, but too deep for a Lion point. The lead's up to 3 for ICS. It's 13-10 on the Station on Main scoreboard. 13-10. Susanna Colby hits to Stacy. Cornea setting. Peart hitting. It's partially deflected, but ultimately hits the point, hits the floor for a Rebel point. It's now 13-11 ICS. Their lead is just 2. Smith comes out. Hufferker comes in. Service by Peart gets knocked around a little bit, but it's a Crawford Trough service ace for Annie Peart, and the lead is 13-12, just 1 point in the 4th set. The Rebels trail or lead 2-1. Annie Peart trying to tie the game in the 4th set, and she will on a service ace. It goes off the arm and out of play of Susanna Colby. We're all even at 13. 13-13. Here's Annie Peart to try and give her side the lead for the first time in the 4th set. Renault behind the 10-foot line, hits it over to Lamborn. Cornea setting up for Stacy, who hits hard, and wow, somehow ICS can handle that heat. They all pass to Jensen, who has her hit partially blocked. It gets back across. Now the Lions on the 3rd hit do not get it across, and the Rebels lead for the first time in the 4th set. It's 14-13, Rich. Rebels lead 2-1. Here's Annie Peart to continue serving. Goes to Renault in the back line. Jensen hits, partially deflected. Comprehensive Family Dental dig by Peart. And the Rebels are hitting it across on the 3rd hit. ICS protesting the call, but they get the point anyway on a kill from Zandberg. We're all even at 14-14 on the Station on Main scoreboard. 14 all in the 4th set. Rebels lead 2-1. Back to serve for ICS is Sophia Colby. Goes to McKee. Her pass gets too close to the net, and then McKee bats it over on the 3rd hit. Now the Rebels on the defense. Lamborn hits it to the sky. Cornea passing up to Peart, who hits with one hand deep down the line. The Lions get ready for their attack, though. They dump set it over, nevertheless. And now Cornea passing over to Huffaker, who pushes it to the near side. A Lion races over to get to it, and they hit into a wall. The Rebels ping-pong around their own end, hits Huffaker in the face at one point. It hits the floor, and the Lions retake the lead. It's 15-14 ICS in the fourth set. Rich leads 2-1. Sophia Colby serves over to McKee. Cornea passing. Stacy hitting into a block, but it goes out of play for a Rebel point. And now it's 15 all on the Station on Main scoreboard. McKee checks out for Sage Tingy. Cornea serves right down Broadway. And this is all setting up for a poke over by Zandberg. Hits the floor and a point for ICS. They retake the lead. It's 16-15 in the fourth set. Check that. They give the point to Rich. So it is the other way around. It's 16-15 Rebels. Coach Gasper wants to talk to the official about this. I'm not quite sure, honestly, why the point was given to Rich. And Gasper wants an explanation. But it's 16-15 Rebels, nevertheless. Cornea serves right down the middle. Goes to Susanna Colby. Renault on one hand, hits it across to Lamborn. Cornea setting for the Rebels. Stacy hitting, and it goes out of play, too deep. So 16 all. We're all even. In the fourth set, Rebels lead 2-1 on the Station on Main scoreboard. Here's Rachel Jensen to serve for the Lions. It's too low. An easy point for the Rebels, who retake the lead. It's 17-16. McKenna Stacy set to serve for the Rebels. Run, jump, hit, barely gets across. Valente passes over to Renault. Renault somehow gets it over the wall, and it parachutes down to the Rebel portion of the court. And we're all even at 17 all on the Station on Main scoreboard. In our fourth set, Rebels lead 2-1. Zandberg hits, awkwardly handled initially by Stacy. Then Lamborn bats it over. Valente passing, Jensen hitting, goes to Cornea. Tingy knocks it up for Lamborn, who dump sets it across. And now the Lions get it back over. The Rebels have it at their end. Lamborn hits, partially deflected. ICS kept it alive somehow. A great defensive effort, and they get it over. And now here come the Rebels. Cornea setting. Lamborn, the dump set, trying to find a hole in the defense, goes into the net. And the Lions once again make a miraculous defensive recovery to get it across. Now Cornea setting it for Lamborn. She hits. It comes right back across, and the Rebels are on defense as the ICS Lions hit it over on the third set. Now there's Stacy passing over to Cornea. Lamborn hits again. This time it will find the hardwood for a Bear Lake Realty kill and a Rebel point. It's 18-17 on the Station on Main scoreboard. Rebels ahead. They lead 2-1 in the fourth set. Mackenzie Smith set to serve for Rich. Her serve goes down the far sideline. Valente passes to Renault. Her hit's partially deflected. A diving Stacy keeps it alive. Great dig by her, and then Lamborn knocks it across. Valente passing up for Colby. Smith is there. And now Stacy hits hard, but too hard. It barely gets out of play. A close one indeed. And we're all tied at 18 on the Station on Main scoreboard. Amelia Valente, her serve trickles across the net. The Rebels can handle it. Peart hits it back over, goes to the sky on the response, and then it's Jensen hitting into the net for a Rebel point. Rich leads by one, a close one here at 19-18. McKee checks in for Tingy, and McKee will serve. Rebels lead 2-1, and they are 6 points away from winning the match. McKee serves, goes to Jensen. Lions, a whistle is blown, and the point will go to the Rebels. They'll say ICS went over. So the Rebels have a bit more breathing room. They lead by 2. It's 20-18. McKee, a strong serve, goes to Jensen. Valente passes over to Zandberg. And now Cornea hit passing to Lamborn, who hits into the net for an ICS point. The lead is back down to 1. It's 2019 Rebels on the Station on Main scoreboard in the fourth set. Rich leads 2-1. Gabby Renault serves for ICS. It sends McKee to her knees. She knocks it over immediately. And now the Lions back it across. Peart hits it. It tees up for an ICS line, but the Rebels handle it. And Peart hits it across. And it's a kill for Annie Peart. What a day she's having. That's her 8th kill. 21-19 Rebels. A T7 propane timeout is called. So we will step aside. The Rebels lead by 2 in both the sets and the score. It's 21-19 in the fourth set.
Nothing makes your kid feel like a superstar more than seeing his or her very own Fathead in the stands. Fathead car decals and yard signs are inexpensive and easy to get at Rocky Mountain Sign in Evanston. Whether it's for the big game or to cheer on the high school band, our children make us proud in so many ways. Show your pride today. Go Rebels! West Star Printing and Rocky Mountain Sign, 243 7th Street, Evanston.
Welcome back to our fourth set of Rebel Volleyball. Rich leads 2-1, and they also lead 21-19 on the Station on Main scoreboard. Brittany Lamborn and her side are 4 points away from winning the match, and Lamborn will serve. Her serve down the middle, a Lion flies to it, and it's a Crawford Trough service ace for Brittany Lamborn. Rebels lead 22-19. They're 3 points away from winning the match and tying up the series against the ICS Lions in 2020. Lamborn serves into the net, unhappy with herself, and the Lions now come within 2. It's 22-20. We've seen the ICS Lions make some great comebacks today. They at one point erased a 10-point deficit to win the second set. Colby serves, goes to Stacy. Cornea sets up for Stacy, who hits ever so slightly across. And now the Lions do the same. McKee handles it, goes to the net. Cornea tries to get to it, but is unable to successfully get the ball out. And it's 22-21, a 1-point advantage for the Rebels on the Station on Main scoreboard. Susanna Colby serves, goes to Smith. Cornea setting, Stacy hitting, and a Bear Lake Realty kill for McKenna Stacy to give her side the 23rd point of the fourth set. They lead by 2. It's 23-21. Smith grabs a seat, and Huffaker joins her teammates at the net. Peart, a strong serve, goes near the net, and it's too close for ICS to dig it out. And a service ace from Annie Peart gives the Rebels their 24th point. They lead 24-21. Annie Peart with a set point, serves it over, and that will do it. Back-to-back service aces from Annie Peart will finish the Lions 25-21, your final in the fourth set, and that's got to be our McKay Frankham Precision Play of the Game dental care at reasonable rates for the whole family. Caring, comprehensive dental care, 170 Arrowhead Drive, and a couple of birthdays are being sung here. I know one is for Ryan Steinecker and Taylor McKee, the birthday girl, and she gets a nice birthday present. So the Rebels win the first set, drop the second, and win the third and fourth to win 3-1. We'll go into our Mound Valley Cattle Company post-game show. Right after this, Rebels win 3-1.
The best live coverage of local sports, weather, local news, and radio classifieds. Plus job listings, fun giveaways, and more. It's all on mylocalradio.com. Watch live as your high school teams clash with their biggest rivals. Listen to the latest from your team's coaches, catch up on local and regional news, and get accurate weather conditions and forecasts. Visit mylocalradio.com, like us on Facebook, and stream it all now.
Success doesn't come by accident. Success requires hard work, perseverance, learning, sacrifice, and believing in yourself. Eddie and Todd Jensen established the Mound Valley Cattle Company in Thatcher, Idaho on these very principles. The students, staff, athletes, and coaches at Rich High School value these same fundamentals in education and activities, in athletics, and in life. Good luck, Rebels, from Mound Valley Cattle Company, serving customers in Utah, Idaho, and Wyoming since 1997.
If you're a person who enjoys comfort, affordability, and history, make sure you stay at the Best Western Dunmar Inn the next time you're in Evanston, Wyoming. In 1957, retired FBI agent Jack Dub Mills purchased the 17-unit motel referred to as the Oasis of the West that was frequented by stars like Dolly Parton and Tanya Tucker. Today, when you stay at the Best Western Dunmar Inn, you'll enjoy the history while you relax in one of the 165 ground-level rooms on 10 beautiful acres. Best Western Dunmar Inn. Reserve your rooms today, 307-789-3770.
Welcome into our Mound Valley Cattle Company post-game show. Thanks to Eddie and Todd Jensen out of Thatcher, Idaho. And we got a lot going on in our post-game show. We'll have our Jimmy John's Freaky Fast recap, where fresh and fast meat gourmet sandwiches, fresh and fast every day. Visit them at 113 Front Street, Evanston. So let's give ourselves a Freaky Fast recap. If you just joined us and missed the entire match, I recommend you go back and watch it. But if not, let me catch you up to speed. So the Rebels won the first set 25-13. I don't think the Lions really woke up that first set at all. They kind of got punched in the mouth, and it was all Rebels. They won the first point, and they were tied at 1-1. And after that, it was all Rebels. They never relinquished that lead. Then in the second set, the Rebels once again racing out to an early advantage. They built up their lead to a 10-point advantage, and they led 20-10, so they thought they could put the thing in cruise control. However, the Lions had other ideas. They would go on to close out that second set on a 15-3 run and win 25-23, giving the Lions a set to their name. Then in the third set, much closer this time, back and forth the entire way. The Rebels mostly led. However, ICS made it interesting towards the end. Ultimately, though, Rich prevailed and won 25-20. And finally, in our fourth set, with the Rebels up 2-1, it's Rich having to make a comeback. They trailed 4-0 out of the gate, and that lead would be shrunken down. And finally, Rich would overcome the Lions, and go up 19-18, and they never really looked back after that. They won 25-21, and they won 3-1. So that's our Jimmy John's Freaky Fast recap. I'm telling you, folks, if you haven't had Jimmy John's for some reason, you're going to want to go check them out. Always a great sandwich. Always enjoy my delicious BLT there. We got more going on in our Mound Valley Cattle Company post-game show. We'll have our Bear Lake Memorial Hospital Count on Us to Care post-game highlights, and then our Western Ag Roundup calendar. So don't go anywhere. More going on here in the post-game show. Rebels win 3-1 over the ICS Lions.
You rely on your vehicle every day. Make sure your ride gets the best service, repairs, and maintenance possible. Stacy's Repair in Woodruff provides the highest quality, the latest technology, and the newest equipment to give your vehicle the absolute best auto care available. Family owned and operated since 1992, your friends at Stacy's Repair promise to always deliver value and outstanding, honest, and knowledgeable service, regardless of repair size or difficulty. Stacy's Repair, the ones who truly care.
Welcome back to the Mound Valley Cattle Company post-game show. Rebels defeat the ICS Lions 3-1. And now let's get into our post-game highlights. A big thanks to Rob Laveson, my statistician and cameraman, for providing me with these numbers. So the Rebels had 37 kills, and I'm going to go on a limb and say McKenna Stacy had the lion's share with 16. What a game from McKenna Stacy. Always a consistent production out of her. As for ICS, they only had 23 kills. So that huge margin between 37 and 23 was the difference maker. The Rebels had 42 unforced errors, though, compared to ICS's 38. However, they would make up with that in the aces department. They had 13 aces to the Lions' 5. And 13 service errors for the Rebels with 5 for ICS. Our McKay Franken Precision Play of the Game goes to Annie Peart. Thanks to her, 2 straight service aces to close out the fourth set and win the match. So big congratulations to Annie Peart for her being our McKay Franken Precision Play of the Game winner. That's our Bear Lake Memorial Hospital. Count on us to care. Post-game highlights. Rebels to win 3-1. We've got one more break to pay some bills on our Mound Valley Cattle Company post-game show. Then it's the Western Ag Credit Roundup calendar to close us out here from Rich High.
When it comes to farming and ranching, it makes good sense to work with a lender who understands finance and agriculture. Western Ag Credit is an independent cooperative owned by the farmers and ranchers who borrow from it. With competitive rates, your loan is tailored to match your business needs. Real estate, livestock, equipment, and operating expenses. When it comes to farming and ranching financing, Western Ag Credit in Evanston is your partner in agriculture. Success doesn't come by accident. Success requires hard work, perseverance, learning, sacrifice, and believing in yourself. Eddie and Todd Jensen established the Mound Valley Cattle Company in Thatcher, Idaho on these very principles. The students, staff, athletes, and coaches at Rich High School value these same fundamentals in education and activities, in athletics, and in life. Good luck, Rebels, from Mound Valley Cattle Company, serving customers in Utah, Idaho, and Wyoming since 1997.
Welcome back to our Mound Valley Cattle Company post-game show. Rebels win 3-1 over the ICS Lions. They revenge that same score loss just over a week ago on the road. And we're now getting into our Western Ag Roundup calendar. Your partner in agriculture, a lender who understands finance and agriculture. Visit them at 848 Front Street in Evanston. If you don't have a car or if you don't want to ride your horse there, you can give them a call at 307-789-9420. All right, so let's take a look ahead at what's going on here when it comes to Rebel Athletics. So this upcoming Thursday, October 1st, that's right, we're into fall now officially, the volleyball team will go up against Cokeville, a tough matchup against the Panthers. You won't want to miss that. 6:30 p.m. first serve, and then the following day, on Friday, October 2nd, the Rebel football team looks to rebound against the Enterprise, against Enterprise, I beg your pardon. They're coming off a 38-0 shellacking yesterday down in North Summit. And then no volleyball or football the next day on Saturday, October 3rd. We get a break, so enjoy some college football. And we regroup next Thursday with the volleyball team taking on the Manila Mustangs with a 6 p.m. start. That's Thursday, October 8th, and that is our Western Ag Credit Roundup calendar. Well, folks, for my producer, Alyssa McDaniels, my statistician, Shay Spinda, and my cameraman and my right-hand man, Rob Leifson, I'm Matthew Peterson signing off. Rebels take down the Intermountain Christian School Lions 3-1.
You've been tuned in to Rich High School Rebel Volleyball on Rebel Radio KADQ FM 98.3 with video online at mylocalradio.com. Today's match has been brought to you by these Rebel supporting businesses and individuals: Evanston Regional Hospital, Hoover Chiropractic, Cash Honda Yamaha in Cache Valley, the Come On Inn in Casper, Plains Tire, the Best Western Dunmar Inn and Legal Tender, Freeway Tire, Auto Farm Chevrolet, Bear Lake Convention and Visitors Bureau. The proceeding has been a wholly owned production of Old West Media, no portion of which may be used or rebroadcast without the express written consent of the aforementioned rights holder.